let's welcome Gus.
How's everybody doing? Fine? Thank you for coming. Oh, hi. So I have some friends in the audience. All right. So, okay, let's turn this thing on. Yes. Sorry if it's too loud for the front row. I wanted it louder, but they wouldn't let me. So, what we're going to be doing today, I'm here on behalf of Jackson Guitars. And it's really cool that I'm invited to the Copenhagen Guitar Show. I've been hearing good things about it, so finally I'm here. I'm going to be talking about my gear and these guitars primarily, because these are the new guitars that we brought out. And we also have some cool prizes here to give away, but I'm going to leave that towards the end, so you guys don't kill me if somebody else takes it and people get pissed off. And what I would like to do is also play some of my songs with my band here. In between we're going to do some talking, but I also want to get to know you guys a little bit as well, so I would like to also take some questions and see if you have anything, you know, gear related, music related. Could be about music, business, fishing, gardening, anything really. So we can just get the show happening. Alright, enough talk. I'm going to play some heavy metal for you now.
Okay, so let's go.
song. It's another Firewind song. It's called Back on the Throne. And then we're gonna do some talking. Very much. I better tune this thing because I broke a string the other day. I never break a string. Not bad. As you can see, it stays perfectly in tune. Yeah. Anyways, so a little bit about the songs that I played. The first one was called We Defy, the second one was called Back on the Throne. They're from Firewind's new album. It's called Immortals. It came out this year, so I thought I'd play a couple of new tracks for you. But I'm gonna play some older stuff as well. Now a little bit about the guitar here. Obviously, it's the new, like I said before, it's my new Jackson signature model, and came out this year. We launched it at the NAMM show earlier in January, which I'm very, very happy about. It's an amazing guitar, really beautiful. Obviously, it's a continuation of the star shape that I used to play for many, many years. But we did some alterations. The most notable one is obviously the look, because we added this bevels and the pinstripe around it, and it really highlights the bevels, and it's just way, way cooler. And we have it in black color with white pinstripes, and also white color with black pinstripes. So yeah, the rest of the specs of the guitar, obviously alder body, rosewood fretboard. I love rosewood. Maple neck in the back. 24 fret guitar. Spursel tuners. Stop tail bridge. I'm a big fan of that. I'm not a big on tremolos. A lot of people ask me, why don't you have a tremolo guitar? It's because I used to have one and I never used it. So if you're gonna, I was thinking, well, if you're gonna put out something with your name on and your signature on, you might as well be something that you use. But to each his own. To me, I find that the stop tail bridge really gives you that sustain that you need and better control. What else? One volume knob, three-way pickup selector, and now onto the pickups, which is one of my secret weapons, I must say. It's the Seymour Duncan, the Fire Blackouts, which is my signature pickups. They look passive, but they are actually active, so it's a battery-driven. And it's pretty amazing. It's actually a really high output pickup. It's, I think, 19 dB higher output than any other active pickup on the market, at least from what I know, or by the time when it came out. Yeah, the cool thing about it is like it's active, but it does not really kill your tone. It's just, I believe everybody's guitar players in this room, right? So, you know, it does not kill your tone really. It really responds very well to the picking, attack, and the dynamics. So it does not have a very tight sound. It has a very big open sound. So if you're looking for this tight kind of sound, this is not your pickup. But if you're looking for a pickup with a lot of harmonics and dynamics, this is your guy. Now onto the variations of the model. Obviously we have 3 price entry levels. We have the JS series, or it's called, yeah, the JS is the first one, right? I believe it's this one right here, isn't it? Which is a really affordable version of this one that I'm holding here, and it's actually a pretty good guitar as well. It's there's some differences, of course. It's like a bolt-on neck. This one is neck through, I believe. Neck through, right? Yeah. So it's a neck through. This one is a bolt-on. Those necks actually are a little bit thinner than the ones that I use. Mine's are thicker, but it still feels very nice, plays very well, and it's got the standard Jackson passive pickups. So that's like the low price range, and then we got the one higher, which is the X series, and those come with my Duncan pickups, and it's a neck through guitar as well. And the one that I'm playing, it's obviously the USA custom shop. And actually there's something very cool about this guitar. It's, you know, Fender's and Jackson's master builder. To this day, it's Mike Shannon, who's a legendary builder, and he worked on Randy Rhoads guitars back in the day and a lot of legendary players, so it was really an honor to have this guy work on this guitar. And one thing that also I was discussing here with the Jackson guys since I'm on a clinic tour is like, yeah, it's, you know, these guitars are very consistent. For me, like I have a few of the custom shops, obviously, when we were getting the prototypes together. And the cool thing is once we nailed it down and I got a few guitars sent in, they're very consistent. Like I can pick up any guitar, it's exactly the same, which is really rare, I think, especially when it comes to custom shop stuff. That's as far as the guitars goes. What else? Usually I play Black Star amps, but today they didn't have it, and I'm using the sister company of Fender, which is EVH. I love those amps as well, so it's always a good alternative. So I'm using this little guy here today, which sounds huge. And I'm using just a delay pedal. And that's about it. So if you guys now have any questions, please raise your hand. Oh, and before we continue with that, I would like just to get the frequently asked questions out of the way. My favorite Ozzy solo is Bark at the Moon and Mr. Crowley. My favorite Ozzy guitar player is all of them. And I got the gig through an audition. So we got that out of the way. So let's move on to some questions if you guys have any. Please raise your hand. Yes, my friend.
What strings
DR strings. And the gauge is 10 to 56. And I'm tuned down a whole step. Yeah. Yes?
So I guess most of us in here are not professional players. So what is the process of actually getting ready to do, say, a large scale tour? Because I imagine there's a lot of work in there that none of us really get to see on a daily basis.
Very good question, actually. Putting a tour together, I mean, yeah, it might sound like, oh, we have 2 weeks or 3 weeks of gigs, but it takes actually months of preparation. I mean, booking the gigs is one part of it, but then it's all the logistics, you know, sorting out, you know, how you're gonna travel, how you're gonna get from A to B, flights, you know, where you're gonna be picked up from, where you're gonna be dropped off. Of course, you know, rehearsals with the band and getting everything ready together for the tour, and a lot of other costs, you know, like crew. You have to have people that are of a standard, of a certain level of professionalism to help you with, if you can afford crew, of course. What else? And then, you know, there's the marketing. You got to be on it. You know, make sure that all the gigs are advertised, merchandise, and all kinds of other boring logistics like taxes. Yeah, like sorting out all those things. And yeah, sure, you might have like a manager that does all that stuff, but I'm the kind of guy who's like a control freak, so I have to keep an eye on everything, and that takes months actually of preparation and sorting all that stuff out and make sure all these people are on the same page. Everybody is ready to do this, and then of course you have to be ready for mishaps on the road. You know, sometimes a gig might get canceled, or somebody might go bankrupt, or whatever. Or I don't know, maybe you drive through the snow and you can't make it to the gig, or I don't know. So things like that that can be very costly because a day on the road costs thousands of euros actually. And then there's the playing part of it. Once you have all that stuff done, and of course you're well rehearsed and off you go, then you know you have a show to play, and so it's a lot of things to worry about and to think about. Yeah, so for those of you that think it's a lot of booze and drugs and sex, that's not really what's happening on tour.
Oh yes, it is.
Maybe back in the day, I don't know. Come on, man, I'm trying to be nice here for the kids. Yeah. Yeah. I hope I didn't discourage you, anyways. Anybody else? No? Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
You are control freak, like for the tour and the things around are the same at the stage, at the gig with your band members, like have to be in control of what's going on.
No, not like that. I mean, of course, you know, I'm a very, I guess I'm one of those guys in the band that is also very, a little bit business-minded, aside from being the musician and writing the songs and stuff. But you know, being in a band, I like to hang out with the guys, and I want everybody to have a good time, feel relaxed, and yeah. But if somebody fucks it up, no. Yeah. Anybody else, fellas?
What are the frets?
Good question. I think jumbo. I think jumbo or extra jumbo. What do you know? Stainless steel jumbo. Actually, those frets, they are a little bit curved. They're not like the flat frets, because I have a flat neck, and then we got I don't know, something like that. The frets are round. Yeah. Yes. Did you? Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Is it more difficult to play the style with this ordinary guitar than the ones you're thinking?
No, I actually have a couple of those at home, and I play on them a lot. And
The 19 year game, what's the difference?
oh, this is like two different worlds. You know, passive pickups and active pickups is totally different thing.
But what's the difference?
Well, this one has a preamp installed, so it's a.
The technique when you play, is it easier this one or is it?
Well, I prefer on the active pickups because, of course, it's you have a lot more high output and a lot more gain. So yeah, there's a lot of gain, yeah, on this one. So it's kind of like having a booster built in the pickup, in a way, if I can make it more simple. Yeah. Whereas if I would use like a passive pickup, I'll probably need to have like a little booster pedal for the solos, like most guitar players do. But now I don't need it. Actually, there's a lot of sounds in this pickup. A lot of guitar players don't realize how many sounds there are just on the volume knob. Just, you can go from something like. There's like, you can get those kind of crunchy tones and then you can go full blast. Yeah, it's really good actually. We worked a lot on this actually, what was it, like 6-7 years ago with the Duncan guys. We did a lot of prototypes. That used to send me pickups out on the road, and like my guitar tech would mount it. He would mount a prototype on one of my guitars for the night, and I would go out and play a song with it, and then I would get like the normal guitar back, and I would just get a feel to compare on stage for a song or two, and then I would get back to them with comments. Oh, this one needs like more treble or whatever. Then we went through quite a few prototypes. I don't remember how many, but it was a long process, but it was totally worth it. So okay, maybe I can play another song for you guys.
What should I play?
Yeah, that song was called The Quest. It's one of my instrumentals from my solo albums. I'm gonna do maybe another Firewind track for you from the new album. It's called Hands of Time. little bit out of tune. Blame it on the new strings. Maybe I can take a last couple of questions and then play another song for you, and then anybody? Yes, my friend. Well, usually the way I will write a solo is I will just do various takes and just basically just build it from there. To me, like a solo needs to have a beginning, a mid part, and an ending. I like to have structure like that, so yeah, I'll just do different takes. Maybe I'll just record stuff on different tracks, random stuff, and then try to combine it sometimes and see if something new comes out.
Are you always constructed, or do you improvise also?
Yeah, everything comes out from improvising, of course, and then I rarely keep like an improvised solo on a record, very rarely. So, I mean, if there's like a part where it's like maybe an end solo and you kind of like go out and then the song fades out, yeah, then I'll do like an improvisation, and then I'll try to keep a very organic and live feeling kind of solo. But like the main parts, as you hear how I do, they sound constructed, but they come from jamming, obviously, and then you write a solo part, basically. Yeah. Yes, my friend.
I can see that you have very precise finger work and very good control of the guitar. Do you do any kind of finger exercises or muscular training?
Well, aside from practicing guitar, no.
So you don't do any, let's say, special things like.
What's that?
No?
What the fuck is that?
You haven't been playing the violin yet? I don't know.
What's that?
It's special.
Is that alien?
That you just train your fingers.
No, I don't do any of that. I just do like trills and bends and just stuff like that.
Okay.
Yes, my friend.
What's the most complicated thing you find
I don't know. You know, and with everything, I always go back to the practicing thing and then the routine thing, because like a lot of stuff that I'll come up with on the record, and then there might be something that's a difficult part, and I'll need to, you know, you can sit there and fix it in the studio however you like, but then you got to be able to play it live. So sometimes it's just about rehearsing it and then going out there and actually doing it in front of people. And if you do like 100 gigs, I guess in the end it's gonna feel like second nature. So usually it takes even like the hardest parts that I played, it takes a few gigs to sit in with me. Is that what you're asking?
For example, do you have any kind of technique that when if you don't practice it for 1 week and start doing it, and then you actually need every time to go back to it in order to be able to play it?
No. I mean, I'm constantly working on stuff because there's stuff that I'm not so good at. I mean, everybody has their weak spots and their strong parts, you know. But I like to focus on the stuff that I do well and do it even better. But sometimes, you know, like when there's like a new technique I'm getting in, or like I want to play a certain lick, yeah, then I go back to it a lot and I revisit it. And then, for example, I did for many years on like an alternate picking guy, and then recently I got into economy picking, and that's not really my forte, you know. But maybe I've done it without realizing it, but not really if I sit down and think about it. So I'm working on that stuff. Makes sense? And then I come back and I work on it constantly, and then eventually you'll get a few of the licks that you feel comfortable with, and then you start integrating little things into your playing. And I guess that's how you develop. You basically break the pattern and you add you create a new pattern, which later gets integrated into your playing. Because like guitar players, we tend to think in boxes. Everybody's got their own comfort zones, and then we've got like the zones where we're like, oh, no, we shouldn't go there. Or it's not so comfortable there. So I always find it challenging to try and go into that direction a little bit. And the best way to overcome that fear is always to do that live. So you can mess up in front of people. But maybe one last question. Yeah? Make it a good one. Make it a good one.
The old Ozzy sound when you rehearse
Ozzy records. I practiced them obviously from the records. Yeah, but you know, now we have YouTube, so it was very cool going on YouTube, and I did a lot of searching, like, oh, how did that band, because he had different bands over the years, so, oh, that band played that song like that, and this is how, I don't know, Crazy Train sounded like this in the 90s or in 2000. So it was cool to just go back and listen to all that, and then I took things, and in the end I decided.
No guidance from Ozzy or?
No, I mean the only thing that I was told, not from Ozzy, but you know, from management, like he likes the songs, to hear the songs like as the original. Maybe they were concerned that I'm gonna go in and mess it up and do my own versions, but no, there was no real pressure. I think he liked from the start the way that I was playing them, because I was very loyal to the original sound, and I think he liked that. Yeah. So maybe I can do one more, and then we can do the giveaways. So speaking of Ozzy, maybe I should play an Ozzy song for you guys, huh? Oh, what did I do? I deleted it? No. Okay, let's see. The string broke right in time, I think. Okay, so to finish this off, actually, I keep getting electrocuted by this mic. I don't know why. But we have one of these. We have this guitar to give away, the JS model, and also a Blackstar ID core, courtesy of the nice gentleman of Blackstar and the nice people of Jackson. So what we're gonna do? I think the first 50 of you that came in have like a card. So I'm gonna pull a card, and one guy gets, or girl gets the amp, and one the guitar.
And then come hang at the booth if you don't sign.
Oh yeah, come hang at the booth. We're gonna be doing a signing and hanging out, and
Fender.
the Fender booth.
Some of your guitars.
There's some of my guitars there as well. I don't know this number. Oh, that's a king. Who has a king? Yeah, congrats. You get a trip to Bali for 2 people. Guitar or amp? Guitar. Congratulations, my friends. And shall we do another one? Two. Or two, oh, what is this? Club? What? 2 o'clock. Who has it? You have it anyways. Cool. Congrats. Thank you. I just want to thank you again, everybody. Thank you to all the fine people of Copenhagen Guitar Show. Thank you for showing up. And, oh, before you go, man, hold on. I gotta do this. Can you hold my guitar, please? I want you to put all your horns up in the air for me. We gotta do the souvenir photo. Yeah. Can I get all these? Oh my God. Woo. Cool. Thank you. Top.